Voruna is certainly one of the coolest warframes you operators have access to. However, there are mixed opinions about her. One side of 10 say she is undeniably an S-tier warframe. Others claim she sucks more than crab chips on your gums. Here is a paradox. Both sides are correct. If you are watching this, you probably want to know how to play Voruna properly and easy to understand. Let me explain what her deal is. Voruna is both boring and awesome at the same time. If you become a Voruna Prime main or discard her like an empty box of cereal, depends entirely on you and your preferred styles. Voruna can be played in two general ways. 1. Ignoring her wolf persona and using her as a weapon platform. 2. Fully embrace her wolf persona and play like an overgrown pit bull with rabies. The first style is simple and doesn't require much explaining. Ignore all augments, spam ability number 2, and shoot stuff. No big deal. The second, in my opinion, true form is trickier. Let's dive in. You are about to be a god Voruna. First off, regular Voruna cannot run on all fours but Voruna Prime can. So do not be confused. Voruna also has 4 interchangeable passives. Hold 1 to summon show speed and become fast as Fight Boy. Hold 2 to gain resistance to all status. No knockdowns, no bleeds, no toxin procs. This is likely going to be the one you default to. Holding 3 gives you 100% heavy attack efficiency. You will likely forget this one exists. I know I did. Hold 4. You will gain a get out of jail free card. If you take lethal damage, your dog dies instead. You will probably not use this. Ever. Okay then. Time to hop into the first ability. Shroud of American Dynar. This will render you invisible with added movement velocity. Obviously you can, and should, abuse this to stay alive.
Hey, that's mine. So?
But while invisible you also gain a considerable melee buff. 100% more status and crit chance and an added 2-time critical multiplier. Here is where it gets a bit confusing. When you attack, your invisibility ends. However, the buff lingers for 3 seconds after. If you kill one single foe in this state, you extend the buff by another few seconds. This only triggers once per invisibility cast. In practice it means, cast 1 and kill something with melee to retain a massive melee buff for about 10 seconds. That's all there is you need to understand here. We will explore the augments later. Do not worry. Next ability is Fangs of Raksh. This is your single most important ability. If Voruna is a forest fire, then this is the gasoline. Cast 2 on flesh bags to leap at them and apply 10 stacks of 5 random status effects. If you kill that affected enemy, the status effects will spread to enemies nearby. This ability is the holy grail for any condition overload type build. I highly recommend you exploit that. You will be spamming this ability frequently. For 1, your status effects kill the enemies and also crowd control them, like freezing or zapping. And secondly, you are invincible while traveling during the pounds. Kinda like Excalibur's first ability. Think of this like sarin spores. There you go. You are now an expert. Moving on to the next one. Lycath Hunt. It doesn't get simpler. Activate this and forget it. This ability makes headshot kills force energy drops, and melee kills force health drops. This alone is the reason you want equilibrium on any Voruna. Its duration is extended by killing enemies with at least 5 statuses on them, so it usually never goes off. Next up, final ability, Ulfrun's Descent. This is where it gets weird. The ability itself is simple though. Voruna will assume position and gain 5 claw attack charges. Every time you attack you lose 1 charge. Every successive charge after a kill gains 200% damage boost, up to 10 times extra damage. You also gain even more movement speed, but you lose the ability to use weapons therefore. Now, this ability is extremely iffy, and if I am being completely honest with you, if you are not planning on using the augment for this, You're better off subsuming something over this. So then, now you know all about her abilities that you need to be good. Here is a build. This is beginner friendly and will allow for mistakes here and there, but you can also tweak this to your liking. Let's break down why Voruna is weird. You will get the feeling she is squishy, because she is. You will feel like she doesn't do much, because she doesn't. She is a simple Warframe design on the surface, but her complexity shines in nuance. The better you get to know her, the more genius she starts to feel. So first things first. Earlier I mentioned there are two ways to play. One being pure weapon platform without bothering with her wolf form or any of her augments. This is boring as shit. Or two, as a full wolf. This is not boring but kinda one-sided. Well, I lied. There is a third way, a hybrid. This means you are relying on your two to spread the Black Plague and kill everything for you while weapon platforming as a side product. Wolf form is optional and can be used occasionally despite not to full potential. This is the most versatility you will get out of her. Here is how you apply the loop in battle. Hold 2 for permanent status immunity. Turn your 3 on. Spam 2 on the weakest enemies you can spot. Do not be shy. Spam this ability about every 3 to 5 seconds. What you get is constant death and spreading. When you need to recover or buff your melee to take out something heavier like acolytes or something, cast 1 for invisibility and attack something. Invisibility is your own shit panic button. Used only for 2 reasons. You want to be cool as fuck and travel crazy fast, or you just feel like being a wolf and using claws occasionally. That's legit the only reason. Personally, this feels like the least confining way to play her. No matter what anyone tells you, you do not need either of the augments to have a strong enough and fun Voruna. And you certainly do not need the Mecha Set build. Let me clarify further on the build so you have no trouble at all. We do not need Prey of Dynar because all it does is give us more spread range, and mark an enemy while invisible who takes more damage than the rest. The spread is very nice, but in practice using only stretch is enough, to be honest. And the single enemy vulnerability is negligible even at Steel Path star chart levels. If you plan on going into the thousands, then sure, you will need this. Otherwise, relax. Since we are playing a hybrid here and not relying on the 4th ability permanently, there is no need for Ulfrun's endurance. For a full beast build, you will absolutely need this. In fact, the only essential items in this build that cater to the beast of Voruna are Stretch for status spread, Archon continuity for 1 extra status for weapon platform. Everything else is just utility and fail-safes for you, as a beginner Voruna, to have it somewhat easy. Feel free to change anything else here to whatever suits your needs better. So that's it. Voruna is simple and in a way, one-sided. But if you lean into that, she is mad crazy. If not, then you will likely not enjoy her. You can grind for Voruna on the 2 conjunction survival missions on Lua, or buy her parts from Yanta over at Zaraman. Good luck out there, losers.
Voruna,